You are looking at Spillane Field, the home of the Wareham Gatemen since the 1960s. Welcome into Gatemen Pregame live here with Sam Corman and Connor Federico. I'm Jacob Tobey, and guys, it's opening day here at Spillane Field. A great day. This is both of your first time here at Spillane for opening day. How's it feel?
It's going to be great, and we know we're going to have plenty of fans here tonight. We're celebrating our host families tonight, and we're very much looking forward to that. It's going to be a great crowd, a great day, a lot of great baseball.
How you feeling?
I'm very excited. 2 road games quickly, but now we're back home. It's going to be an awesome season here in Wareham.
And obviously, overall impressions of how the Cape League season has gone so far. The Wareham Gatemen, they're 1-1. They've had one bad game and one good game. That's how it goes.
Yeah, and even the loss wasn't a bad game in my opinion. It was just one inning where a few pitches got away, and they gave up 3 runs in that one inning at Hyannis. Otherwise, 17 of these 18 innings that the Gatemen pitchers have thrown have been scoreless. So I'd call it a successful 1-1 so far.
Yeah, and the bats didn't come alive in the first game, but they rebounded very successfully in the second game, scoring 9 runs, especially that 7-run 6th inning. Very impressive stuff there, just kind of pounding the Harwich bullpen there on Friday.
Well, what stood out to you guys in that game specifically? Any sort of players, or what just stood out in that game against Harwich? Because obviously it was an onslaught of runs in one of those innings. It was just amazing.
Well, the runs were the big story, but I think Joey Matulovic and the rest of the pitching staff for the Gatemen, they were fantastic. Obviously a shutout in the second and third inning. Montgomery let the bases loaded with no outs. He did that twice and got away with 2 scoreless innings. So that, the defense should be for sure recognized on those 2 occasions, and so should the pitching of Montgomery. I think he did really well to keep his composure and get out of those innings.
Yeah, you're going pitching, but I'm going hitting.
How can you not? 9 runs.
9 runs should always win you baseball games, and head coach Don Sneddon in the post-game interview said that the hitting is contagious. Once you get one guy going, the rest of the lineup's going to get going, and that's exactly what happened. A few guys near the top of the lineup got going for the Gatemen, and that allowed them to kind of just string those hits together. I believe they unmasked about 5 or 6 hits in that inning, which is pretty impressive stuff.
Talk about what you've seen out of Andy Shadid, making a name for himself. Obviously, he's a temporary contract guy coming out of here, out of Bradley, and he's really impressing right now.
Yeah, Andy Shadid, probably the best temporary player so far out of there. He's hitting 500 so far this season. He has a couple runs scored. He was just a presence in that game on Friday against Harwich, and he's also looked really good out in the outfield with speed. Just unexpected from a guy from Bradley University out in Illinois.
And talk about the leadoff hitter situation. We have Brandon Lockridge right now leading off for the Gatemen. Who else can compete with him though? Because there are a couple other guys that are in the mix, perhaps.
Well, there's plenty of speed on this team. John Topa, for me, he's another player to watch in this game. He's been fantastic. A few runs, a few RBIs. Maybe you want him down in that lineup a bit more to drive in runs with the experience he has, but he's got a lot of speed. Lockridge's speed, though, he's been great. Zek, another temporary guy, Garrett Zek from USF, he's got a lot of speed. He's got some pop in that bat. So no matter who the Gatemen put at that leadoff position, I think they're going to be successful. I think they're going to find their way on base.
Hey, want to know a cool stat? The Gatemen, last 2 season openers at home, they're 2-0. So we'll see what happens tonight. Let's send it over to our Claudia Chakamian. She's catching up with Joey Matulovic. Claudia?
Thanks, Jacob. I'm here with pitcher Joey Matulovic, who went 4 innings, giving up just 1 hit while walking 2 and striking out 4 in Thursday's win over Harwich. So, Joey, what was your mindset going out there Thursday, trying to keep the Mariners scoreless?
We didn't have a huge lead at the time. We scraped together a few runs, and I was just going out to have fun. It's summer ball. We're here to have a good time and compete and win, but I was just going out and just doing what I knew how to do. So
as the team started to get those runs, how did that help you to keep going back out there and knowing that the lead was extending a little bit?
It definitely helped just because it's easier to pitch when you have a big lead. There's a bigger margin for error, and you kind of have a little more fun with it.
And did it affect the pitching staff at all, having that rain out yesterday, and guys weren't prepared for it? You're getting ready for an off day Monday, and now you had that extra one. So does that affect you guys at all?
No, it doesn't. Since it's the beginning of the season, everyone's pretty rested and ready to go. So it kind of just pushed the rotation back a day. It didn't really affect too much.
And, the starters haven't been going that long, so the bullpen's been used a lot. So what are you guys trying to work on today to, I guess, make it more equal all around?
I think the plan for most of the summer is to try and use guys in a starting role and a relief role, kind of switching them back and forth. So I think we're sticking with the same plan. We have pitchers mapped out for each day, and that's what I think we're going with.
And today's finally the home opener, so how does it feel to finally get to play at Spillane Field for the first time this season?
I'm really excited. I wish I was pitching today, but I'll be pitching here soon, and I'm really excited for the first game.
Great. Thanks, Joey. Now we'll take a quick break and be back to you with more of the pregame show.
When you're sick or injured, you want care when and where it's convenient for you. Southcoast Health Urgent Care has 4 locations: Fairhaven, Wareham, and now in Seekonk and Dartmouth. You can view wait times and even check in online at southcoast.org/urgent care. Choose the time and location that's best for you. We'll even remind you when it's time to come in, and walk-ins are always welcome. Urgent care that exists to meet your needs. More than you expected? That's more than medicine. Check in at southcoast.org/urgent care.
And welcome back out to Spillane Field. Jacob Tobey alongside Connor Federico and Sam Corman. Now we talk pitching. The Gatemen, they're going to throw out a Georgia guy today, Blakely Brown. What do you got on him?
Well, Blakely Brown's a guy that struggled a little bit in the SEC this year, but that's to be expected. Such a tough conference to play baseball, and especially for a pitcher. Such great hitting all around the conference. You got powerhouses like LSU and Florida on the regular. So no surprise that during
on the regular.
No surprise that during his sophomore year, he was struggling a little bit. So, but Blakely Brown, if he can command that 12-6 curveball and go and put that alongside that mid-90s fastball, then he'll be in good shape today for the Wareham Gatemen.
We'll talk about, a little bit. He had his numbers were not that good in college, but when you come to the Cape League, it could be a totally different story.
Absolutely. The talent's going to be just as good here in the Cape League as is in the SEC, of course, but fresh start, fresh faces around him. So, but tough numbers this year. We'll see if he can rebound from a 0-2 record this year, a 6.92 ERA, but that was a little bit better than his freshman ERA of a 10.7 ERA in 14 outings.
And Connor, you want to talk about some of the bullpen guys, Maybe we haven't seen some in the guys that have already been in the games. What have you seen out of the pen?
Well, the pen has been fantastic so far. We haven't seen each of our Gatemen starters go more than 3 innings so far. I think the bullpen is Zavalis, Andrew Ryan. We've had a bunch of guys, including Nepiarski yesterday and Matulovic yesterday, who've done a fantastic job of shutting down hitters once they get out there. They work quickly, they work efficiently, and one of Blakely Brown, one of his...
I had trouble with the name too, it's okay. I don't know why, but...
One of his Georgia teammates, Justin Glover, is here. We're not sure if we're going to see him tonight, but... this is a great bullpen that the Gatemen coaches have put together, and I'm excited to see what they'll do tonight once Brown's done. Yeah,
talk about a little bit how pitching coach Jim Lawler kind of decides how many innings each pitcher will go, the nature of the Cape League, and how pitchers are basically thrown out there for only a certain amount of innings.
Well, you don't want to work your arm too much. A lot of these guys are here on inning restrictions. A lot of them don't want to be throwing out their arm, whether it's their right or their left, respectively, and you want to make sure that you're getting the experience, but also not damaging any future hopes you have in college or in your future professional career. Everybody's just here to gain experience, and you also have to be responsible, and I think Coach Lawler knows that.
And now we're going to send it over to our beat writer, Matt Feld. He's going to talk a little bit about the College World Series and who the Gatemen are waiting for arrivals. Matt?
Thanks, guys. I'm Matt Feld, and currently the Gatemen have a trio of players playing in today's College World Series matchup between Oregon State and Cal State Fullerton. For Oregon State, Stephen Kwan, who's been the Beavers' leadoff hitter all season long, hitting on a clip of .345 on the year, and head coach Don Sneddon has talked about in the past couple of days how the Gatemen are starved for a natural leadoff hitter, and surely when Kwan gets here, the Gatemen hope he can be just that. Meanwhile, in the bullpen, Jordan Britton's been a reliable reliever, over 22 innings, supporting an ERA below 2.5. Being the fact that he's only thrown 22 innings, the Gatemen sure hope that they can stretch him out when he gets down here, and he can be someone that throws 5 or 6 innings every time he goes out to the mound. And then for Cal State Fullerton, it's Brett Canine, a right-handed pitcher who Gatemen fans are all too familiar with. He was the ace of the staff last year, pitched game 1 of the postseason. He's been one of the most reliable relievers in the NCAA all season long. He has 15 saves on the year, none more important than last Sunday when he closed out the Super Regional and sent the Titans to the College World Series. When we get back, we'll talk about today's starting pitching matchup.
When you're sick or injured, you want care when and where it's convenient for you. Southcoast Health Urgent Care has 4 locations: Fairhaven, Wareham, and now in Seekonk and Dartmouth. You can view wait times and even check in online at southcoast.org/urgent care. Choose the time and location that's best for you. We'll even remind you when it's time to come in, and walk-ins are always welcome. Urgent care that exists to meet your needs. More than you expected? That's more than medicine. Check in at southcoast.org/urgent care.
Welcome back out to Spillane Field and the Gatemen pregame show presented by Southcoast Health. Jacob Tobey, Sam Corman, and Connor Federico. Want to remind you guys to follow the Gatemen on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and SoundCloud at Wareham Gatemen. Also, you can email the broadcast team with any questions or concerns at gatemen@pressbox.org. And now let's start to talk about the Falmouth pitching staff, and in particular, their starter today.
Yeah, Dalton Feeney is going to be on the hill for Falmouth today. He's a right-hander from North Carolina State. We didn't see much of him with the Wolfpack this year, only threw 14 innings with a 2.53 ERA, has a fastball, changeup, breaking ball combo, but look for that changeup to be his go-to off-speed pitch today, not the breaking ball. He was the top player out of high school in the state of North Dakota, coming out of Bismarck, North Dakota, with a .17 ERA. That's pretty
good.
Impressive.
I would say that's pretty good. And Connor, you talked to Falmouth's pitching coach about what their plan is today for this guy.
The plan is to attack for Feeney, and honestly, the Falmouth pitching staff was very honest with me. They said this is the first time they're going to see him pitch today, but they want him to do what they want all the Commodores pitchers to do, and that's attack the batters, don't lay off in any situation whatsoever, throw first pitch strikes, throw strikes as much as possible, and try to mow down these Gatemen hitters.
I mean, a lot of the coaches will be that honest with you because this is the first time these kids are coming in from all over the country, the first time they're seeing them throw, so they have to get them out somehow, and they're going to start Feeney today. Now, you've got a player to watch for Falmouth in the lineup.
Absolutely. One of their top hitters for sure is out of Wichita State University out in Kansas. It's Alec Boehm from Lincoln, Nebraska. Had 17 home runs this year for Wichita State in the Missouri Valley Conference. But what's more impressive is his season last year in the summer in the Coastal Plains League with the Wilmington Sharks. Had a .330 average, 11 home runs, but also won the Coastal Plains League Home Run Derby last year. So that's pretty cool stuff.
That is pretty cool stuff. I would like to know more about him, and we will as the game goes on. Now we'll send it over to our Claudia Chakamian. She caught up with head coach Don Snedden.
Thanks, Jacob. Coach, happy home opener. It got pushed back a day, so how does it feel to finally get to play at Spillane Field for this season?
Well, it feels good because last night about at midnight till about 4 o'clock it rained pretty hard. So there's a rumor we might be the only team playing today because the other fields are too mushy. So it's just great to get one in after a day off.
Did that day off affect you guys at all, and if so, how?
No. It we got some things done before it started to rain, so we're ready with that. It just backs you up and affects your pitching. That's the hardest thing. Now you don't have a day off. So we're going to go 11. I think we got 11 games in 9 days now, so that's going to be a little bit of a grind.
So for the past 2 games, your starters haven't been going the distance. What are you hoping to see from Glover? Do you want that distance, or do you want to see the bullpen pitching a lot?
No, we have a pitch limitation between 60 to 70 pitches, and so nobody's going to throw a complete game or anything. So we're going to use the full pin. That's why we have 16, 17 pitchers on this. So, these pitchers are on loan to us, so we're very careful with them. We don't overuse them, and we try to get them back healthy and make sure that we don't abuse their arms.
And in that win against Harwich Thursday night, the offense was more of like that, 1 inning instead of more consistent. So what did you guys work on in batting practice to make the hitting and scoring more consistent?
Well, it's the same thing. It doesn't change. I mean, we're working on manufacturing runs. I would have liked to have had 2 other runs in that game just by putting the ball in play. We could have had it. So that's the thing we're still emphasizing because there'll be a lot of times where pitching will dominate this and you won't have those big innings. So you better be able to score a run without having to get a base hit or you're not going to win very many games this year.
Great. Thanks, Coach. Good luck today. And now we'll get ready for first pitch at the other side of the break.
When you're sick or injured, you want care when and where it's convenient for you. Southcoast Health Urgent Care has 4 locations: Fairhaven, Wareham, and now in Seekonk and Dartmouth. You can view wait times and even check in online at southcoast.org/urgentcare. Choose the time and location that's best for you. We'll even remind you when it's time to come in, and walk-ins are always welcome. Urgent care that exists to meet your needs. More than you expected? That's more than medicine. Check in at southcoast.org/urgentcare.